Hi guys, welcome back to the channel to a brand new Arena Breakout video. Now in this video guys, we're going to discuss the game in all its glory. Now you may have seen a couple of our content creators recently doing videos where they suggested ways the game could improve itself or get better or upgrade itself. So that's what this video is going to be. It's going to be my personal opinions on what I think the game could add, change or get rid of to sort of make the whole experience of Arena Breakout a hell of a lot better. This would also translate probably to the PC version because it's basically the same game. So this is aimed at both versions of Arena Breakout. So Arena Breakout and Infinite. Anyway, guys, we're going to get straight into it right this second. But before we do, please like down below and make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And hopefully you won't miss any uploads or lives I do in the near future. Without further ado, guys, let's go. So guys, what I want to touch on first is the massive saturation of the player base. And I think there's an easy solution to this, but I don't honestly think they'll do anything about it. Now, if you think of similar games, like, say, for example, Escape from Tarkov has got, I don't know because I don't play it, roughly like 10 or 12 maps total. Now, on Arena Breakout, we've currently got wait, hang on. What am I missing from here? I'm missing TV station. So we've got 6 maps in total, but in reality, we've got 5, and then we've got another 6 there, that's 11. And then we've got another 3 there, we've got 14. Then restricted mode and farm counter-offensive are modes, so I'm not going to count them. We've actually got 16 maps on the game right now. Sorry, what did I say? I've just miscounted. Doesn't matter. But we've got a lot of maps because these are individual maps, individual modes. What they should be doing is completely getting rid of Tactical Ops, Lockdown and Forbidden and just making Armory literally Armory. There's just one mode of Armory, the loot's always the same, the bots are the same difficulty, and that would stop people going to Forbidden or Lockdown Armory, and that would mean everyone gets a shorter queue time and sees people more often. Similarly with Farm, you've got Farm Tactical Ops, Farm Lockdown, and at the moment we've got Farm Forbidden. If it was just Farm, it was all one difficulty, like Tarkov, you just got one map, it would make it a lot better. And then I wouldn't be sitting waiting for a regular farm map for 200, 300 seconds, timing out because I can't find a queue into the game itself, as well as Forbidden Zone or whatever. And it would just, I think it would just make it better. I mean, fair enough, keep Forbidden Zone as Armory and TV Station. Make these the extra hard maps, but get rid of Lockdown, get rid of Tactical Ops, and just merge these into one. Maybe take Armory and TV off this, just have the 4 maps or 5 maps because we've got mine as well, and just keep that as the solid core maps with one difficulty, one sort of stretch of loot. I don't know how often you buy keys, guys, but there's nothing worse than buying 800 coin key, go and open on normal, and you get a white item in the safe with 1,000 coin. It's horrible. I hate that. Even on Lockdown, sometimes you don't get anything. But I think just lowering the amount of sort of game modes for each map and just having one map for each one, and then we've got the different modes will come, and then just keep the 2 restricted zones, the hard maps, to the hard map category, and I think it would be much better that way. Right, next guys, I want to touch on the thermal imager, which is supposed to be tier 7 top tier loot. Look how many on for sale right now. We've got over 600 on for sale right now, so that means it's not very scarce. People can buy it relatively easily. I don't think this should be a thing you can buy on the player market. I don't think you should be able to trade. I think it's Joel. Does Joel trade for it? It might not be Joel. Someone you can trade for. Got me off the top of my head. It's one of them. Don't do it very often. That's why I don't know which one it is. But one of the traders, you can trade a TI module and get a thermal. I'm not going to find it, am I? Might be this. It might be the last guy I look on. There it is. So you can trade a TI module and a couple of other things to get a thermal imager, which will cost roughly 870k, something like that. But I just think this should be a world drop only. You should only be able to find it on the floor to stop people just spamming them. Now, people who do play with thermals, fair enough, you do enjoy the thermal gameplay. You've got them. you use them. But a lot of people will just go like this, they'll buy bonds and they'll just buy another one when they die, and it just gets oversaturated. Someone takes the one that you just died with, and then you buy another one, and it just makes it not a unique item. There's not many lockdown matches, even normal matches like winning, people are running around full team with thermals. And the other issue with thermals is how easy it is to keep a hold of it. Now, I used to have one. I sold it yesterday because I needed the coin, but you can take it off your helmet and put it straight into your safe box. So for instance, let's just say that, I don't think I can actually do it with this, but let's say my face shield was a thermal imager, I'm about to get killed, I would just do that in the game, and it's relatively that quick to do it. Now there is a feature coming very, very soon, I saw on the Chinese server, where it does take, I think it's 10, 15 seconds to take the thermal off and to put it back on while in a match, which is a great feature. It stops people safe boxing it right before they die, and a lot of people will be discouraged from using them from that point on. I just feel like it should be a bit more of a rare item and not widely available. I think that would improve a lot of, most people's game experiences by a lot. Right guys, next I want to touch on the servers that you actually play on. Now, I go in a game right now and my ping is green, and I expect everybody else in my lobby to be on green ping, level playing field. What I actually get is I get people from the other side of the world on a completely different ping spectrum to me, and either they've got the advantage or I've got the advantage because of the ping difference. One person, if they're shot at the same time, one bullet will register quicker than the other person's. A lot of the time, it's the other person's, I've shot first, but I still die. I look at the kill screen, I haven't even shot the bullet because it hasn't registered. It's absolutely terrible. So I know other games have got a system like this. If your ping is a certain uh, number, it won't let you play on this server. So for instance, if I wanted to play on the North American server or the Asia server, and I used a VPN to sort of organically or third party change my queue to be on that server, but my ping was 300, the game would say, nope, your ping's too high, we know you're from a different region, you can't play on this region server. They should be doing that. Instead of I go into a game and the first person that kills us is from China. Nothing wrong with being from China, but their ping will be 400, mine's 30. It's just like, well, what's going on with that? And that leads us to the biggest lie that Arena Breakout tells you, which is low ping preference. Matching with only low ping raids may increase matchmaking time confirmed. I do this all the time because it gives us between 20 and 30 ms. Very fast ping. But what it doesn't do is stop other people who don't have that on from actually joining my game. So I go in with 30 FPS, 30 ms. The other people have got 400. They shoot first, their shot registers. I shoot, mine doesn't register on them because they're behind in the speeds, and it just doesn't level everything out. So I think if you're from Western Europe like me, you should only match with other Western Europe players. I don't mind waiting a bit longer if it means that the lobbies are a lot fairer instead of matching with people across the world. They need to limit who can play with who just to make the game overall fairer for everybody. Right, so guys, this is a recording I did earlier. I went on mine solo, as you do. Now, this spawn down here is a normal spawn. I've spawned here loads of times, but a lot of people spawn near us or different directions, and they'll know people spawn in this area when you spawn at that side of the map. I think the actual spawns themselves should be a bit more random. They shouldn't be fixed. Shouldn't be like to open the map and literally say there's a player spawn here, I'll rush them and headshot them within the first 2 minutes. Not so much on this map, mine's a bit easier to get around because it's bigger, but the smaller maps like Farm and Valley and stuff like that, sometimes you spawn on lockdown and you die within the first 30 seconds because someone literally just runs straight to your spawn or runs to a point of that spawn you've got where you can't escape without running into them, which is absolutely horrendous. I just think I would quite happily spawn in the middle of the map or at the side of the map. Maybe obviously make sure that the squads don't spawn on each other, just make it a bit more widespread everywhere rather than specific locations. I do think that would improve the game a lot. Right guys, as I stalk this player and he's about to get killed by the bots, bless him, he gets a bit overwhelmed here when they call for reinforcements. I want to talk about the sound indicators. Now, a lot of people are calling for the sound indicators to be removed completely. Get them out of the game. They don't have them on PC, they don't have them on console. Why do they have them on mobile? Now, I've had this argument with loads of people lots of times. I like the sound indicators because I use headphones when I'm live. When I'm not live, I don't use headphones. And a lot of people who play this game, they'll be on the bus to work, or they'll do it in their spare time on a lunch break or something like that. And they don't have the luxury of sitting with headphones in or expensive headphones to really tell that, oh, that shot's coming from me left or that's coming from me right. They might not have double speakers like the Red Magic phones have. They might, you know, be stuck to what they can, you know what I mean? They can actually do. So I think the sound indicators are fine, but certain things shouldn't make sound indicators. For instance, reloading your gun, using a voice emote, medding up or opening a tin of pop and stuff should not come up on the sound indicator. Fair enough, make noise of it happening so people with headphones can hear it, or people with that volume turned up can hear that someone's just reload their mag in the next room. I don't think it should appear on the sound indicator. Also, I think if you're creep walking, because this is another scam of Arena Breakout. People think if you're creep walking, you don't make noise. You do. You appear on other people's sound indicators. I don't think if you're not overweight, like you're not carrying too much gear, that creep walking should make any sound indicator. Now, I'm not saying it shouldn't make footsteps. You should still be able to hear it, especially on metal. But there's no reason to make sound indicators when you're creep walking. Otherwise, why is it slow walking? What's the point in it? What's the feature there for? It doesn't do anything unless you do the little shimmy where you're constantly forward and back on the actual the joystick itself. I just feel like if they took away some of the things, it does, because a lot of people complain. People are watching me through walls or different floors and stuff to know exactly where I am when I'm creep walking around. It just makes it absolutely ridiculous. I think they should remove certain aspects of the sound indicator, but keep others, like long distance shooting or cars or people sprinting past you. Stuff like that is fine in my book. Right guys, this is going to be the last point I make of how to improve Arena Breakout, and the developers are never ever going to do this, but I'm going to share my opinion on it regardless. I don't think you should be able to buy coin whatsoever. You should be able to get it on the battle pass maybe, you know, a bit here and there. I don't think you actually get any on this battle pass. You don't get it on the battle pass anymore. Maybe it's the cross season rewards can still give you coin and stuff like that, and the last season supplies can give you coin. I just don't think you should be able to top up boundless amounts of money and buy coin. And it's not because it makes the game unfair or pay to win. I think it breaks the in-game player economy. This is meant to be a player-driven market, and people who buy coin absolutely ruin this because they can just buy loads of stuff from it or sell stuff back, and it makes people who have a fat wallet have more disposable sort of coin to actually clear the market as they would. Now, I do think you should still be able to buy bonds, but I think that all these different, if I can find one, for instance, these are enough to monetize your game, right? This will cost what, $150, something like that, to do the full spin, and that's just one of the spins on offer right now. We've also got military supply. We've got all these different ones. All of these will cost like $150 to $200 each. So, you know, all these different ones, if you wanted to get all these, one player, 6 of them, going to cost you well over $1,000 to get all these. You know, you don't need to then also supply people with the ability to buy in-game cash. I think it just ruins the whole experience for people who don't do that. Like I say, it's not pay to win, because you could buy as much gear as you want, and I could still sit at the extract line down and shoot you in the legs as you run past and take every single bit off you. So it doesn't make you win, it just ruins the in-game player economy of just poorer players who try to make money themselves, sell stuff, don't really get to sell it at the full price because the actual listings are oversaturated from the PN players. Anyway guys, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Let us know down in the comments what you think of all the different points I've made. If you think it would actually improve the game. Like I say, the chance of the developers actually doing any of this is very slim. So make sure you do share the video with everybody. Get the sort of the general idea out there. Maybe some things will get implemented if more people talk about it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't liked the video, please do down below and make sure you have subscribed. And hopefully I'll see you very soon on my next live or the next video. See you then.